Jump cuts seem to be rather controversial. For example, search the words jump cuts are, which tend to be a pretty good indication of what people think of them. And the first thing that comes up is jump cuts are annoying. Now, that's rather condescending, but it's true. I mean, what good editor uses jump cuts? What? No, that was not jump cutting. That must have been something on your end. You know, it's not easy being compressed and then going through internet service provider, going through your modem, and eventually through you on the internet where jump cuts develop. That's, why YouTube's full of them, right? Or is that just me? But those jump cuts on YouTube are completely different from jump cuts in film. That's right. And originally, jump cuts in film were a mistake. Take this example. Here's a shot of me. I'm friendly, I'm in frame, but let's say I want to turn off all of these lights. So I exit the frame, turn off the lights, and come back in. But notice how jarring that was. The lights sort of turned off on their own without any explanation. It sort of looked like they jumped through time to a time point where they burn out or something. The same thing holds true for documentaries, especially on single camera shoots. Take this example from last week's video. I could make a cut here if I wanted to. However, it would look too jarring and you can tell that it skipped time, which really doesn't look that good. But nowadays jump cuts aren't a mistake, they're used intentionally. This has actually been the case since the 19th century, where it was occasionally used as a type of visual effect. But with French New Wave, it moved from a type of effect to a type of editing style. It was jarring, energetic, and fresh. And this is also the case with a lot of jump cuts on YouTube. They can be jarring, they add energy, and also to cut out mistakes. But in film, when you make a jump cut, you notice how time passes. It kind of looks like a jump in time. But while I'm talking to you right now, you don't really notice a difference in time. So what's the difference? Well, the most obvious one is the fourth wall. The fourth wall is a theoretical divide between the characters on screen and the audience, and is the reason why, no matter how much you try, you cannot interact with fictional characters. This rule applies to both fictional narratives and non-fictional documentaries. For instance, this is why interviewees don't look at the camera when they're being interviewed, but I'm looking at the camera right now. I'm breaking the fourth wall. And see, this is the same difference between a vlog and a film is the same difference between, say, a newsreel and a documentary. On a newsreel, they are telling the story. Well, in a documentary, they are showing the story. So when I put a jump cut in a conversation that I'm having with you, it doesn't really make that much of a difference to the actual story. But in film, what is visually on the screen is the story. Therefore, in a film, a jump in what's on screen equates to a jump in a story. It's jarring. It crosses over time. But in a vlog, it's perfectly acceptable. It doesn't change the storytelling element whatsoever. So when you have conversations with people through vlogs, feel free to use a jump cut, but let's not overuse this. After all, if we break the fourth wall too much using these jump cuts, we're gonna have people bouncing off the walls. That's not a good thing.